welcome to Fringe Fanatics with Chad Lee and Chris Sane.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. It is episode 156 of Fringe Fanatics Sports Podcast. We greatly appreciate you tuning in. I am Chris Zane.
And I am Chad Lee. Thank you for tuning in.
Yes, thank you greatly. We appreciate each and every one of you. If you haven't yet, please make sure to go like, share, subscribe, and follow us on all things social media. Now you can see it would be over here and over there. Me and Chad's Twitter handles are up there. You can now reach out to us by all means. Hit us up. Tell us we suck. Tell us we're great. Give us questions. Whatever you feel the need to do. Get at us. Let's get involved, everybody. But we're here. It is now week 12 we're heading into of the NFL season.
Yeah.
It's been a rip-roaring ride. It's the NFL's turned upside down. And as Chad has aptly titled this episode, "The Tides Be Turning."
I thought, what do you think of that?
Pretty good. I mean, you look all around, the tides be turning all around.
It's almost turning back to like 2015.
Yeah.
And almost going back to the days of like 2007, I think. Basically, like the Bears were good. The Broncos, Pats, and the Patriots.
Yeah, I mean, what's happening? We're
I
going
already said
back
the
in
Pats.
time. Yeah.
What is the other one I was trying to think of? The Colts? Yeah. I mean, these are the teams that were kind of ruling the AFC for a while back about 10,
and
12 years
it's
ago.
happened again, surprisingly.
Seahawks, too.
Yeah, the Seahawks are back.
Yep.
What's going on? Bo Nix is got as many wins. Well, he's got the second most wins in the two seasons of a quarterback's first two seasons, trailing only Mr. Russell Wilson.
Wow.
He was 24-4, I think.
Yeah.
And then so right now, Bo Nix is looking all right. We still got a ways to go, but regardless, it's happening. I am pleasantly surprised with this weekend's outcome, but I'm not going to sit here and talk a bunch of shit. I'm a realist. I understand where we're at, and that's why I had to. I wasn't trying to talk shit until you mentioned your little thing about the first round. Loss.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, you'll both be watching that on the couch because the Chiefs might not make it if this weekend doesn't go well.
Like I said, I'm glad. I think it's a win-win for me, and and that's why I said that. It was just because I was pissed about the game at first, and then I'm like, that's what you used to always say when Andy first took over and Alex Smith was our quarterback. Yeah, you lose because that's what always happened. The Chiefs would always lose in the first round. So we'll see. Because I just was thinking about it with the Ravens really coming on. I'd have a really hard time seeing the Broncos knock off like an offense like that because.
Yeah, that's the thing. You're probably going to get. That's who's going to probably be in the wild card.
Yep.
Well, maybe not.
No, they're going to
win their division.
Yeah,
so I mean,
Aaron Rodgers is out.
But we're going to have a possibly a first round bye, which will be very surprising considering where we were just a year ago, if you will, or even 2 years ago. I didn't think we'd be even here. So we are ahead of schedule as far as I'm concerned. So that's been nice. But before we get in that, we'll cap off our weekends with that. Let's talk about the weekends, Chad.
All right.
You go first.
Okay. Yeah, it was a great night Friday night. We decided to go to El Jardín.
Again, yeah, I like it.
No, we haven't been there in quite some time.
I thought you went there the other week.
No, it was Casa del Rey.
Oh, and you were bummed.
Yeah.
I thought you went back, but I'm wrong. Continue.
So glad we went back to El Jardín because the atmosphere is so much better in the bar area. Because if you remember, like I said, it felt like you're eating at a cafeteria. It was like super bright. You don't get good service, but you go to the bar, and we sat at the bar too. The food was excellent. I mean, I just had soda. First time I had that in a while. Just drink a bunch of soda like a 13-year-old. It's crazy. Yeah, it felt good. And yeah, man, I had the chili rellenos. She got the carnitas. They actually weren't dry. So, yes, we're glad to be going, that they're so back, basically.
Nice.
Yep, yeah. El Jardín's a great spot over there in Commerce City. Then Saturday was a blast. Ended up working till about 11 or so. Then got a bunch of stuff done on my ran some errands. And then we got some Jersey Mikes and watched the UFC fights. It's a damn good time. We played some cards. It's just one of those times where, you get hyped up for these fights, and sometimes they can be letdowns. And this one really delivered on every
No, I heard some people saying otherwise, but it did seem like the majority of the fights were pretty good. Like people were kind of bummed about I'm blowing up over here. All right, Colorado Springs is calling me. Somehow my phone's not on silent. That's a first in a while. But yeah, like a lot of people are bitching about the Shevchenko Wiley fight. I don't know why. I didn't watch the fights. I was not.
Yeah, I wonder who these people are because I get on Twitter right afterwards because there's a lot of from our Twitter account.
Yeah.
I follow a lot of ESPN MMA, a lot of different MMA feeds, and they were just thrilled with it. So I'd like to know who those people are because
I'm gonna find them and tell them that
clearly
they were
don't
wrong.
know. Ariel Helwani. I mean, it's just like that fight was amazing. I mean, she dominated. You know, so it was a card that completely was like probably the best like stacked card of the year, and it just totally delivered. It showed why these people like that are the champions really are because there's levels to this.
Yeah, definitely.
Sunday we went to watch the game at Don's. You know, even in a loss, we still have a good time at Don's. Yeah, really good people there. We love our crew there. It was a good time. There's one of our friends been bringing this little dog. His name's Butters, and Hannah has kind of been using that as like a nice little therapy dog in a sense every week. And yeah, it's been great. She's a cute little dog.
Nice. So you're gonna be getting another dog soon?
Oh no, not at all. No, but I did take Juno to the vet on Friday, and I was really stoked about that. It's been a long time since I've taken her to the vet.
Yeah, it can happen.
I had the blood ran, and they prescribed some medicine. I said, "Give me the stuff to knock her out. She needs the good stuff." So I got some trazodone for her because on road trips she's like a crack addict, pretty much, just freaking out. Finally going to be able to ride smooth. Hopefully, we'll see. She's got a high tolerance to drugs, but some arthritis medication. But her blood work came back perfectly good. They said she just looks amazing for a 14-year-old dog. So she's going to be around forever.
Nice. Yeah. Well, she'll just outlive us all.
That's the hope. Yeah. But that's about it, man.
Oh, that's good, man. Well, that's cool. Yeah, we trying to think this weekend. What did we do? Friday night, we went out to the Zoo Lights. Haven't been there in a while.
I've never done that before.
It's okay. It was like before. I think like it was really taking off. I think it was like a soft launch because it was for the realtor that sold us our house that her mom works with, and so we went there. It was a good time. Although the zoo does bum me out.
Oh yeah,
like everybody walked into like the elephant enclosure, and like you just see this like one lone elephant like come out and like just look at his friends in this other enclosure, and I was like, man, this is fucking prison, man.
Yeah,
you know. So
have you guys ever been to the Blossoms of Light?
At the
Botanical Gardens?
Yes.
It's really cool.
I would do that over the Zoo Lights, I think, because the Zoo Lights are just sad, and then I feel bad because the animals are trying to sleep, and we're all like just wandering around, and little kids are screaming and stuff, and it's just like, I don't really like this, but it was still a pretty good time. And then we went out to East Fax Tap. Have you ever been there?
Mm-mm.
It's on East Colfax. It's like east of Colorado. Pretty good time. We went and saw her friend's band. Oh man, now I can't remember the name of the band. It's damn it, I'm an asshole. They were really good. It was like their second show, and then
like ever.
What? Yeah. Well, wow. As a band, they've all been in like other bands and stuff. So it was like their second show ever. They did really good. The sound was not good, but that wasn't their fault. It was they had like 2 PA speakers, and one of them was the monitor for the band. So basically, one PA speaker was for the crowd, and it just wasn't loud enough. So that wasn't their fault. They were pretty good. We sang some karaoke. I did some War Pigs at the karaoke bar. That was just inside. The bands are playing outside. Probably one of the last weekends they'll be doing that because snow's coming.
Yep.
Thursday and Friday. We got snow on the way, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, man. I'm so ready for it.
It's just going to be slow.
Yeah.
Just boring.
Praying for it.
But so that was cool. We did that Saturday. I had to get up and do some work as well. I had to go do 2 speed bumps.
Nice.
Yeah, because we were out of guys. It's that time of year where we send some guys. Well, some guys just go back to Mexico. That's just what they do.
Oh yeah.
So it's that time of year where we're laying people off, and we just needed one more body, and I was like, I'll just go do it's my job anyways. And I was like, I'd rather get it done. So let's just get it done. So I did that. I took it easy most of the afternoon. Went and did the Knee Circles podcast, but we did go to King of Wings and hung out there. And that's a great place. Have you been there?
You've talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should definitely go check it out. I dig the place. It's pretty cool, kind of laid back atmosphere, kind of like a dive bar, but they sell wings.
Cool.
And they apparently, since the first time I went in there, have had Solid Six on repeat on their playlist. So like all the bartenders were like, you sing this song? And I was like, yeah, this is my band song. Like, no way, we hear this all the time. We love this song. And I was like, oh, that's cool. So that was pretty rad.
How did they play their music? Like through a jukebox or?
I think they just have an aux cord, I think someone's just usually playing their Spotify. Yeah. And one of the bartenders there, his name's Houston. Shout out Houston. He's in like a pop punk cover band.
Okay.
So the first time I met him, they were telling him about how I was in a band, and then he was like, "Oh, let me play, or let me know what it is." And then like 2 minutes later, he was playing it on the speakers, and I was like, "Oh, that's rad."
Fuck yeah!
So that's pretty cool. You know, we're gonna see if we can just parlay them into some sort of sponsorship. I don't know, why not? But that's the plan there. Sunday went and watched the game with my family, my parents. Meryl came. That was pretty fun. Back and forth game. Yeah. Exhilarating till the end. But I'm trying to think what else. Oh, dude, we started watching this crazy show. It's on HBO Max. It's about weather.
Like a docuseries or something?
Yes. In the Eye of the Storm. Yes.
Oh.
In the Eye of the Storm. Check it out, dude. This shit is insane.
Oh, cool.
So the first episode is them telling this supercell system that over 2 weeks travels up 4 states. And then they start out and they're telling it from perspectives of people. And they're like, this person's right here. The storm's right here. Here's what's going on. And then they zoom in and it's like their cell phone perspective of what's happening. And then they'll go for that for a little bit and like tell the story of those people. And then they'll zoom out and they'll be like, this person's over here where the storm's heading now. And they'll zoom in. And like, dude, they show dead people.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they're the one we
watched.
watched.
About like tornadoes?
Tornadoes. I learned what a derecho is. You ever heard of that?
Yeah.
This is wild. It's a wall of wind.
Just
a wall of wind. It was 80 miles wide.
Whoa.
120 mile per hour winds. And in front of it was like one of those crazy Habib dust storms. So people just get pounded by this dust storm. And then the wall of wind hits them. And it's ripping off these people's apartment buildings and like the roofs. And there's like these 2 black guys in this apartment building, and they're like, "Oh shit, it's getting crazy!" And then all of a sudden, it's like, and then it's just daylight, and they're laying on the ground, and there's no roof, and like
that's like Wizard of Oz, man.
One of the more intense shows I've watched. The first one, me and Meryl were watching it about the tornadoes, and it was like right towards the end of it, and I was like, are these like 2 hours long? And we checked in, it's like only 40 minutes, and I was like, dude, these are like a roller coaster ride of emotion. Awesome. So I would definitely check that out. I know you have ways to watch HBO Max now, I think.
I've always had
HBO. Did you?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if that was one you had. But yeah, check that one out. In the Eye of the Storm, it will blow you away.
Hell yeah, man.
And it just, dude, it makes you realize, like,
oh, dude,
it's just how quickly you can die.
I just love watching because when that docu-series, like short little thing came out, I think it was a short documentary on the Joplin tornado. The makers of it really did a bad job. I don't really like the people they interviewed. They were really a bunch of goobers, but I love watching any type of like information on weather. I mean, it just shows you we are a tiny.
You're just
nature is undefeated.
They call it acts of God for a reason because you're just gone.
Yeah.
The first one, then we'll move on. Dude, they're tornado chasers, and he was at the first one, and then he was at a second tornado, and dude, this one it gives you like goosebumps.
It's so crazy how big, and when it's dark out and then lightning strikes and it's like, oh, there it is.
Yeah. Then you just see like a frightening. and it's just this wide berth
It
of
just looks
black.
like something from like a sci-fi
Yeah.
movie, man. Like it doesn't seem real.
Yeah, but these dudes, so they're chasing the storm again. This guy already got caught in it, saved a family.
Jeez.
And then he goes and travels up to Iowa to
Yeah.
catch it again. And him and his 4 buddies are all in this car. And they're trying to get around it. And they're like, let's go south. And one of them's like, no, we need to go north. They end up going south. They turn down this road. Every single power line and
Just
pole blows over in
my
front of them. And they're stuck. And they look to the left and it's just coming.
Whoa.
And then you just see like this swatch of black wash over them. And then all the windows in the car blow out. And they're just sitting there and they're screaming. They're like, oh my God. Oh my God. And you just hear that for like 5 minutes and you're like, dude, this is insane. Like, I would never want to be in a tornado. But these people chased them. So I don't know.
Did you ever watch Twisters, that new one?
No, I didn't.
Oh, man.
Was it good?
It was awesome. Glenn Powell stars in it, man.
Oh, yeah,
It's
I've heard
like,
Glenn Powell. He's big right now.
Yeah. He just
Maverick.
did The Running Man.
Yeah.
But, dude, I was really worried about it because I really liked the first Twister movie. But, dude, they did it a lot of justice.
Did they?
They had this funny saying in there because Glenn Powell plays this, like, cheesy guy that's not like a meteorologist. He's like a YouTuber that follows these things. And is like, he got famous and his, like, catchphrase is like, if you feel it, chase it. So after we watch it, anytime we like hear,
Wait, I might like that. I like cheesy shit.
It's great, dude. It's a damn good movie, man. It's really cool.
Oh man, well that's cool.
Yeah, we'll check that out, man. On HBO, I've been watching. This is my nerd coming out. I've been rewatching the extended editions of the Lord of the Rings movies.
Nice
Masterpieces, dude. Masterpieces.
You know, I've probably only seen each one once. I probably do need to give them a good rewatch.
That's great, man. I mean, you got to really kind of be like a fan of that type of stuff. But like, if you are even in the slightest, like you realize that like they might be the best like franchise out there. I think they still hold the record for the trilogy or anything thing like that won the most Oscars out there. Because I mean, he just like swept.
Well, like I mean, yeah, it was like everything, costumes. It was
Sound,
VFX.
everything,
Like yeah,
man. Oh, it's great. Yeah,
but that's cool. Well, yeah, that's about wrapped up my weekend. I got some more stuff done on the show. Few more things to wrap up, but other than that, I am excited with where we are at. I hope the people at home are enjoying the sparkly new things that are happening.
Yeah, I like it, man. It looks great.
Yeah, it's something new, and as always, if you have anything you'd like me to change or any quarrels or qualms, let me know.
Have we had a chance to add a UFC one?
Yes, we did, but
Cool.
apparently I already had it, but I found out that after I start streaming, I can't add any overlays. So I had them. So yes, I have, and it says both fights.
Cool.
The
nice.
main and the co-main.
Score, man. Hell yeah. We did get a new follower on Twitter. Did you see that? He's a really prominent guy, and he comes out of London, and he kind of like breaks down the NFL, I think is what he does.
Dude, we should get him on.
I thought about it. Yeah.
I love
thought the
talking to
time
people with
difference-
crazy voices.
Yeah, I was wondering how much the time change might change, but we can try to work something out.
We might have to like do it on a weekend and go like get together early or something.
Yep.
Also, I really want to try. I was watching one of their videos again. Those 2 twins from Australia that do the announcer videos.
I don't know
They
what you're talking
like you've never seen it?
Mm-mm.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to pull one up just so we can watch it. But they're fucking hilarious. They're 2 like Australian identical twins.
Oh wow.
And they'll sit there, and one of them's the color guy, and one of them's the analyst.
Yeah.
And they do like the best reenactments of like crazy sports calls.
Nice.
Let me get one pulled up here. But other than that, yeah, that's about my weekend. It's been busy. It's finally winding down. I feel like I'm finally catching up, so that's nice.
Yeah, that's good,
Yeah,
man.
It's
Hell
like
yeah.
been the last pretty much month has been pretty hectic.
Yeah.
But it's all good, man. Things are on the up and up. That's all that matters.
Yeah, we're getting close to the end of the year.
Yeah,
Excited.
we're getting there. We're are we at? Yeah, we surpassed 3 years already.
On the podcast, I believe so. Yep.
Yeah, we did.
Pretty wild.
So pat on the back to us.
Yep.
But
We don't quit.
we don't quit. We're too dumb to quit.
Yep. Just like William Montgomery says, we never gonna stop.
I ain't never gonna stop. Oh, speaking of which, you see his bomb?
That was great.
dude.
It's hilarious, dude.
He was supposed to be out there for like 25 minutes and he just walked off after 12.
Yeah.
But I did see, like, I didn't know who that Morgan J guy was at
I
first.
don't know who he is either.
He's one of those guys who does the auto-tune comedy. Like his
What?
whole set is him like walking around doing crowd work and auto tune.
Why? I've never even heard of that. That's weird.
It is kind of weird, but he's huge. But it makes sense as to why.
That's like Jeff Dunham. Like some people dig it. I don't knock it, but I just can't get into it. Like there's a niche for everything.
Yeah, I mean obviously, but oh, Shepmates, that's who it is. Okay, let me get these guys up here.
Cool.
They are hilarious. And then we'll move into
Let's check it out.
So you haven't seen these guys?
No, dude.
No idea. Okay, so we'll go to the Indiana game because it's college football. Give me a second here. Let me pull this up.
That's perfect. We were just covering that game last week.
Yeah, so this will be pretty funny.
They do look identical.
Yeah, they're pretty much the same person. All right. So while I get this pulled up, these dudes are super funny. So at Shepmates, ShepMates, they are two twins. They do some really funny stuff. I gotta log in this Instagram. Oh, now I just signed my life away. Damn it. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna find something else. I'm just gonna go to videos. But you should check these guys out because they have like all of the quintessential like crazy calls, big, famous calls. They go back and do it. Trying to find a good one.
I'll just click that top one. Check it out.
Weird. Get it into Vucevic. Quick pass to Williams. Big shot for three. Good. 2-point game. 9.8 left. Oh, who's Giddy? The steal. Right for the lead. Yeah! Big time players. Big time players. Kobe.
I have their mustaches.
Sub-Zero. Bang, bang, bang. Sequence. Here's Reeves. Reeves straight to the cup. Plays it in to take the lead.
Then they're like reenacting it. Like they're getting their mouth. Like,
Yeah. Well, and then like they're probably going like way.
God, I cannot believe this.
They're going.
I gotta give these guys a follow.
That's Miles and Archie Shepherd, known as Shepmates on social media. The twins are from Australia.
Let's get one more look at this one.
I'm coming, baby.
That's Miles and Archie Shepherd, known as Shepmates on
Awesome.
social
I was watching one of those on the way over here, and I
sweet.
was just like, dude, these guys are hilarious. But let's get into it. It's time for headlines. Get your headlines. And as always, we're going to start with the NFL.
Are you ready for some football?
Oh, you better be, baby.
football, bro.
It's Week 12, baby. And one hell of a week.
Yeah, it was pretty much a turning point for the whole league. There was more divisional games than any other week. The next time there will be this many divisional games will be probably week 17.
Yeah. Usually when they have they're hoping for there to be, the big showdowns there at the end. And hopefully there will be some big ones.
Yeah. So this was a huge one where Seattle and the Rams had their second meeting of the year. I think week 1 was their first one. And the Rams came out on top, 21-19. Jason Myers had a chance to possibly put it away with a long 61-yard field goal, but it went about 5 feet to the right, and that's how close they came to beating the Rams.
Yes, and surprisingly, the Rams, I mean, if this stat was told to you in the beginning, with them having 4 interceptions, you would have said, oh, well, they lost by what?
Like probably
But they
20
didn't.
points.
They
Yeah.
lost by 3.
Yep.
And there was a pretty controversial pass interference call there at the end of the game that a lot of people are upset about, but
There was a few that day.
well, I mean, all of Sunday. I mean, we could talk about the Broncos-Chiefs game. That was one of the worst officiating crews I've ever
I was
seen.
saying it back and forth because we had some Broncos people there, dude.
Both.
I was like, dude, just let him play.
Yeah.
Because we would get a flag, then you guys would. I mean,
Yeah.
it was.
Well, and then how
both.
many times do we got to sit there and wait for them to discuss it?
Yeah.
if
my
you don't
God,
know
dude.
what you're throwing the flag
Yeah.
for, then what are you throwing? What if you gotta have 3 guys come in and converse for 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Don't throw the flag.
That game wasn't even the worst one, but the Miami game, if anybody got up early to watch that, that
was
was
rough.
the worst pass interference call I've ever seen until you get to Sunday night. That's a good running for it too, because the Lions are driving. They're not going to win the game, but they have a chance to like do something. I mean, that's the point of the game, is like it shouldn't just side the game. And yeah, they basically like call a phantom, and you hear Chris Collinsworth, who I made a funny post about just earlier today.
Chris Collinsworthless?
Yep. Yeah, he actually just vocalized. It was like, "Oh, come on.
Yeah.
You're going to call that there?" And when these commentators are like showing so much emotion for these calls, you know, like this is just getting
something's not good.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a huge game because this is kind of what's going to decide, I think, the 2 best teams in the NFC right now, and that's the Seahawks and the Rams.
Yep.
But let's not forget, I mean, San Francisco, I don't know how, but they're just hanging around.
Well, they got a lot of people healthy. That's what helped them.
Finally.
Yeah. Yep.
Brock Purdy's back. He didn't look bad, but in this game, yes, Seattle just could not pull it off, unfortunately.
Sam Darnold had as many interceptions, 4, and the last time he had that many was the legendary Jets game where he played Bill Belichick's Patriots, and he said, "I was seeing ghosts out there."
Oh, the old, yeah.
So
Never good to say. But on the other side, Matt Stafford, 15 and 28, 2 touchdowns, obviously way less production in the passing yards, 130. Kyron Williams, 12 carries, 1 touchdown, 91 yards. Puka Nacua, kind of a quiet night for Puka. 7 receptions, 75 yards. On the other side, though, Jackson Smith and Jigba, 105 yards, 9 receptions. That's a pretty good night for him. And also Kenneth Walker III, 16 carries, 1 touchdown, 467 yards.
JSN is leading all wide receivers in receiving yards by like almost 300 yards.
Yeah.
Yep.
Him and, Jonathan Taylor are like just head and shoulders above second
They're
place.
dominating.
So it's we'll see how well that plays out for the both of them. But right now, the Rams are atop. Aren't they in first in the NFC right now?
Yeah, they're 8-2. Wow, I didn't realize. They
Oh
only had
no,
2
wait, they're
losses.
tied with the Eagles, 8-2, 8-2.
But the Eagles hold the tiebreaker because they beat the Rams.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, damn it, it's the same thing in the AFC. Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
But let's get into the next game of the week, and that would be one that I think surprised everybody, just the fact that it is the game of the week. With the score 19-17, the Bears shellac the Vikings, if you will.
I was shocked when I learned that the Bears were 7-3, man. I mean,
Doesn't
I
that
knew
blow
they'd
you
been
away?
winning a lot, but I couldn't believe it. And, you know, they really are, and I heard this comparison, and I got to say it, they really are the Broncos of the NFC because they've won so many late
Hey, now.
games. No, what do you mean?
I know, I'm just-
No, it's like
How dare
they
you.
are really winning games at the last second, and they're pulling off these one-score games. I mean, no, it's not a knock because it's hats off to it. I mean, the Chiefs are 0-5 in one-score games this year. That's a pitiful stat.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
yeah, the Bears. I mean, Caleb Williams, he's doing a lot, like, and for his team by like leading them when nothing else is there. I mean, his scrambling around, gaining rushing yards when he needs to, and then the run game. That's Gus Johnson right there, or Ben Johnson, excuse me.
Yeah. Well, and Ben Johnson just on his own, I think, has been a breath of fresh air for Caleb Williams. I mean, you see what he's done underneath him. He's become way more efficient. And again, I don't think anybody until this week, aside from Bears fans, knew that they were 7-3.
No,
It snuck up on all of us.
they're in first place.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they are leading the NFC North there.
Yes,
and
they are.
it's surprising. And now with I'm thinking AFC. Yeah, the NFC North is going to be a tough division just because it's all right there.
On Thanksgiving, we get Packers and Lions. That's a
And
good
that could
game.
decide it all.
Yep.
Who knows? But let's get into the next game, which this one might be one of the funner games all year, just in terms of how back and forth it was there until
was
the
awesome.
end. But the Bills beat up on the Buccaneers 44-32. But until the fourth quarter, you wouldn't think of it that way if you watched the entire game.
Yeah, it was back and forth. The Buccaneers just could not stop Josh Allen. He really put this team on his back. He had one of the throws of the year where he was scrambling around, threw a 47-yard pass to Tyrell Shavers, who stepped in because Keon Coleman was late to a team meeting on Friday, so he got benched.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that a little bit
He was a
later.
healthy scratch, not even a bench.
Him and Abdul Carter don't know how to get to meetings, apparently. Yeah. But Josh Allen pretty much beat me single-handedly in my fantasy matchup this week, because I think he got like 59 points.
Yeah, I
wish. It
was
insane.
I thought I had him in the Fringe Fanatics, or no, I had him in the QXO league, and it didn't even matter because then Dan's son beat me with George Pickens last night. And
George Pickens went off.
Dude, it was. I like when your player gets 50+ points, like.
And you lose.
Like, it's so frustrating, man.
He basically scored the amount of 3 guys that are really good players.
6 touchdowns. That's, I think, the second time he's done that in his career. The score ended up being, it was just so back and forth. I mean, I think there was like 6 or 7 lead changes in this. Baker Mayfield finishes with only 173 yards, 1 TD, and 1 interception. But the story of it really is Sean Tucker. I mean, Sean Tucker's really emerged as like the star running back since Bucky Irving started. Yeah. Finishes with 106 yards rushing. The Bucs held James Cook to 48 yards rushing, but he did have like a long 47 yards touchdown catch. So
yeah.
They can beat you in multiple different ways, but Josh Allen, especially when they play in Buffalo, they're really hard to beat.
And a quick shout out to Jordan Poyer. 15 tackles in that game, 7 of which were solo tackles.
Yeah.
That guy was flying all over the place. But that wraps up the games of the week. Let's get into the rest of the NFL headlines. And the big one, which after we all saw the replay, we knew exactly what was going to happen. Ja'Marr Chase, I mean, I don't know what he's doing. He spits on, oh my God, drawing a blank. Jalen Ramsey spits on him. Jalen Ramsey hauls off, punches him in the face, and only Jalen Ramsey gets suspended or gets ejected from the game for throwing the punch. But now, after the replay has been seen multiple hundreds of times, if you will, Chase has now been suspended for 1 game, and it's all due to Hakan Alugi.
Yep. And guess who they were going to be playing next week? The Patriots. So
yes,
the team that the Broncos are kind of vying to get that 1 seed with, they get a kind of a layup without having to play Chase. So Christian Gonzalez will be on T. Higgins, and everybody else will kind of, that'll shut down everything else probably. But
yeah,
it is rumored we're going to get Joe Burrow back by Thanksgiving, who will be taking on the Baltimore Ravens for the night game on Thanksgiving.
Well, here's what I got to ask you. With Ja'Marr Chase going out this week, and with
why bring him back?
Yes.
Why? It's not worth it, man.
To kill him, just ruin him even more.
Let him
like I don't
focus
get
on
it.
playing the piano more, I guess. Like,
yeah,
I don't
whatever
know.
he's
it's
doing,
not worth it, man.
But
I mean, if I can get this stat right, I believe they've given up over 27 points in 9 games this year. That is, I believe, the record since the Chargers in maybe over 20 years. I think I heard, like, their defense is racking up to be like historically bad at this point, man.
Well, what are you gonna do? They spent all their money on offensive players, and now
we all saw this coming. Trey Hendrickson. Oh man, I can't talk. Yeah, he hasn't been playing like the last 3 games. I mean, they should have just traded him, got some picks to get new defensive
Everybody
guys.
thought he was going to wind up with the Cowboys, but then that didn't end up happening.
Let's get to the headline, because Chase, if I could do this impression right, said, "I ain't spit on nobody." And dude, there's cameras everywhere. And
you do realize there's like 50 cameras all over watching.
It wasn't just like a little mist, because like
the straight loogie, dude.
Not Micah Parsons. God damn it, who was the first one? Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter just kind of had a little mist come out. Dak Prescott, but Chase had like a full on loogie.
Yeah, you saw it was like that long.
It was
just
gross,
like,
man.
whoop.
Right? Sick, man. We're coming off COVID. We can't be having that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. After COVID, after COVID, I started using my own microphones at shows because I was like, you didn't really think about how gross that was.
Dude, I've thought about that with like Kill Tony. It's like these guys go up there and they
like,
talk
dude,
into like the
same
same
mic.
mic. It's like, and they hold it up against their face.
And most people like put it
That's
on
what
their
I mean.
chin.
Yeah. It's like,
It's like-
dude, you're kissing that next person pretty much.
You're making out with somebody,
I
man.
don't know, man. So yeah, glad to see Chase's spin.
Yeah, needless to
He's
say,
all talk.
I'm really happy everybody in the QXO league nullified my trade, which effectively would have made Dan worse at this point. But thank you, everybody, for vetoing that trade, because I would have had 3 guys scoring 20 points for one guy. I think it's averaging like 12 this year.
Yeah, and I don't think it would. And Chase Brown had a good game this week
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
But,
that
dude,
would have been cool.
You're having a rough year, man. I feel bad for you.
No, it's fine. I'm not going to finish last in our league. That's all I'm worried
Justin,
about.
yeah, Justin.
He
He can talk all the smack with the Broncos he wants, but when it comes to fantasy,
he's not good.
he is a stinker, man. 1 in 10.
Justin, come on, man.
1
You're
in
making
10
me
at
look
this
good,
point, man.
Everybody was saying I was throwing my whole season in week 3, and now you look like you're throwing.
He's the newcomer to the league. It's like when the league brought on the Texans, or when they brought on the Buccaneers back in the 70s, It's like, it's a
What are
rough
we
year
doing here?
But to the next headline, we got
This one's a heartbreaker.
yeah, Shedeur Sanders came in.
Oh no, I switched it. I'm sorry. Penix is next.
Oh, I guess it hasn't
I
updated.
flipped it.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. So Penix injury is next. So let's hit
Okay.
that one. Also, heartbreaker, man. I feel bad for this guy just because he doesn't really
Did you
seem.
see the stat, dude? 8
No.
seasons.
Oh, 8 seasons.
This is his 8th year of a season-ending injury.
I don't know. Is it? Oh no, I think it is. It 5 in the last 8 years.
Something like that. I don't know. I saw it was a lot.
Well, I mean, he's on his like 3rd ACL.
It goes back to Indiana, Washington.
Let's see.
year.
Okay, here we go. This is the 5th.
Okay.
Okay, so 2018 torn ACL in his right knee. 2019 sternoclavicular joint injury season ending. So that's going to be like your
Dude, but still
clavicle.
5
It's like right here.
5 seasons, man.
2020 retore his right ACL. This is his 3rd ACL on that leg.
Oh man, dude, just
This is
hang
what
it
you
up,
have to
dude.
talk
This
about,
isn't
like-
worth it. Be a QB coach.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
it
it's
was
not
weird
very-
because like
he was actually having a good game too.
he was, but the weird thing was like there was this stuff coming out about the fact that when he's on the sideline, he has his own QB coach, and his the other people he speaks to about his performance are his girlfriend and his mom. So I don't know.
Dude, on the sideline.
On the sideline, he sits by himself and talks to nobody. Is the thing I read.
Oh, that's not. Good.
I don't know. I'll have to do some more,
that's
research
strange.
into that. But it's a super weird thing, and that kind of made me feel a little bit differently about him. But other than that, man, he's come back, fought through injuries, and I mean, he seems like a good dude. But dude, your 3rd ACL.
It's not looking.
Your
good.
knee's like bionic at that point.
Yeah.
It's not even your own knee.
I mean, they can't be using a cadaver's at that point. It's got to be probably titanium.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I'm not a doctor.
I don't know.
But they're going to have some serious conversations about whether or not he can continue playing.
It's going to be worse now because now we got to see Kirk Cousins, and he's been ass when he gets in there.
Well, they better hope he does something because they're paying him like
Yeah.
$55 million.
That's why I think they're still throwing him in there, man.
Well, they have to.
Yeah.
He's your backup quarterback. You're paying top tier money to.
Yeah.
But that one kind of sucks. This one, I don't know. I'm not so bummed about his performance in the game because you got to understand, they literally at halftime, him and the offensive line had to do clap drills because they said that was the 2nd time in their lives they had heard Shedeur's cadence.
They never heard
He doesn't throw to anybody. Whatever.
the Ravens blitzed the hell out of him.
They
too.
did. They fucked him up, and then the first sack, you see all of them stand up, and they're like,
Oh, that's badass, dude. That's hilarious.
"Yeah." They
I
hit him
love
with
it.
that, and I get it, dude. You've talked a lot
Yeah.
And you got to back it up. I'm not going to say he's done after this game because I got to admit, dude, he said that was the second time he's thrown to Jerry Jeudy, I think.
Yeah.
And that's your one or two.
Well, it doesn't matter
who's
who's back there. I mean, the Browns' offensive line is letting Dylan Gabriel get. I mean, he had a concussion. He's out there getting hit.
But I think most people can just eye test it and say Shedeur looks better than Dylan, just in that game.
Yeah, no,
there was passes there where you're
both
like,
bad.
Well, they're both not good.
Yeah,
but Dylan's got more chances to be good, and Kevin Stefanski just hates Shedeur and whatever. It is what it is. But the big news is at that game, he gets his first start, and whether or not he got that start, he was already targeted to have his house broken into, and over $200,000 was stolen from his house in the middle of that game, which we talked about last year. This is something that's been going on for a while. These high-tech, I mean, it was Venezuelan gangs, I think, last year that were breaking into Joe Burrow and Tua's house or whatnot.
Yeah.
But this year, it's Shedeur, and he got ripped off of $200,000. Most of the time, though, second-string quarterbacks don't have that much money chilling in their house. But we're in a different era. But still, I feel bad he got jacked. That sucks, man. But I'm not going to hang up on Shedeur yet. I'm going to listen for a little bit. Well, I think you got to give him first-team reps, and then we'll see what happens.
Exactly. They haven't really given him any first-team reps. And after a full week of practice, and when he starts next week, then we can get a little more of a sample size.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, clearly, hey, if you're good, you're gonna be good. Clearly, he's got work. We all knew that, but yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and say he's not an NFL quarterback after that start because I mean he wasn't even supposed to be in the game. So but still sucks. Don't rob people. You're a real piece of shit if you do.
Okay.
So continue on into the next one, which would be something we already kind of talked about a little bit. But if you did not hear, this is kind of a strange story. There's not often that you hear about guys, even multiple guys in the same week, that are suspended by the team for basically just not showing up. Mm-hmm. Abdul Carter fell asleep at the facility and missed the team walkthrough for this week's matchup. Luckily for him, they only suspended him for the first series, which he was not allowed to participate in. You go to Keon Coleman, though. He ends up getting, as Chad said earlier, sat down, healthy scratch for the game. Thankfully, they didn't need him, but still, what if that's a playoff game?
Early in the game, it really wasn't locked up until
it wasn't. It was back and forth,
quarter, But
he could have been greatly helped or needed there in the beginning.
I mean, he's really not been that good. He had a touchdown, I think, a couple weeks ago or maybe last week, but he really hasn't performed. I mean, he's a first-round pick, and he was really good at FSU. So I think a lot of it is his ego. He was a guy like a lot of wide receivers that had a big head.
Damn divas.
Yeah, but you look at, maybe he's going to be a healthy scratch next week because the guy that replaced him had a huge catch in that game for a touchdown.
That is very true. So, the best ability is availability, and sometimes that just falls on you just showing up. So, what are you gonna do?
All right, let's move to the Daily Dogs.
The Daily Dogs.
Let the Daily Dogs out.
Well, do you want to go or do you want me to go?
I'll get this out of the way. I'm pretty excited. On Friday night, my alma mater, Labette County High School, went further in the state playoffs than any other time in school history. They beat Ottawa, like a city outside of Kansas City. I think it was 28-14.
Ottawa, Kansas City?
Outside of Kansas City.
Ottawa.
Yep.
Okay.
Gotcha. And they also beat 5A. They are a 4A school. And so here's the story. They got a new coach, and this guy in his first year has just gone on an unbelievably unexpected run. They had an all-state running back to start the year. This guy, Jamal Jackson, we used him as a DDOE last year because he had a 400-yard game and like a 7 TD game. Tears his ACL first game of the season. you think this is like Varsity Blues. Like
There's someone in the wings.
There's their season's done. No, this guy's gone on to lead his team to a 9-2 record and gone on and taken them far into the playoffs. And here's a little breakdown of it. LCHS, because this is like the school he was taking over. LCHS was 5-5 in 2024, 1-8 in 2023, 2-7 in 2022, and this has been one of the best stories in Kansas this season. This is not coming from like the school, the local newspaper or anything like that. This is the Facebook feed for Sports in Kansas that's doing a story on him. And yeah, so they also beat 5A Pittsburgh earlier this season for the first time in school history. What this dude is doing, it's crazy. It really goes to prove that like a coach can really turn this around, because like I've said before, this isn't like a big 4A school is a pretty big school, but it's not like a big city where the stats to have really fast or really big guys aren't there. It's a conglomerate of a lot of small schools in the country. Like out in the country, like Edna's close, Bartlett. Those are city populations of maybe 500, 600 people. And so what he's doing is just fucking awesome. And they play in the semifinal this Friday. They are playing, I just saw it, Bishop Magi. I don't know how to say it. Maybe
Magi. I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, if they win, they go on to play the state championship in Emporia. So really gunning for them, man. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, no, that's super cool. I mean, I'm surprised they have a 5A school out there. Or is it in Missouri?
It's a 4A school.
Oh, okay.
4A school. Yep.
Yeah.
They beat Pittsburgh. That's a 5A school.
I'm surprised 4A and 5A are playing, but if you don't got enough people, you got to do it. What are you going to do?
Well, it's just like a regular season game, like an exhibition kind of thing.
Gotcha.
To really test. And 5A, I mean, Pittsburgh's big. That's where Pitt State is. It's a college town. And so they have we played them once whenever I was in high school, and they kicked the shit out of us. So yeah.
It's surprising that the win happened, needless to say.
But hats off to him. He is my daily dog.
Daily
dogs out. I don't even think I'll say his name. Bradley Agerbright. Yeah.
Agerbright.
Yep.
I like it. Well, let's get into my daily dog. And this one goes out to my chubby folks, because Miss Audie Crooks, she big girl, and she plays for Iowa State, and she is literally unstoppable against most of these girls. Did you see her stat line in this game, Chad?
No, I haven't.
Let me tell you what her stat line was. This is Jokic-esque right here. This is in 20 minutes, Chad.
I'm going to look her up.
20 minutes in one game, 43 points.
Whoa.
18 of 23 field goals, 7 of 9 free throws, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 block.
I remember her from last year in the tournament.
She's a big girl.
Yeah, she's
a big girl.
Yeah, you can't miss her.
You can't.
She's badass, though, man.
She is.
Yep.
The 43 points was a single game school record. I mean, she's unstoppable.
She was born in Iowa too. That's cool. She's a hometown girl.
Literally unstoppable in the paint. None of these girls have a chance. She just bodies them up, walks them down, and then just lays it up on them, just over and over.
That's a great pick.
And over and over again.
Hell yeah.
So that is why Audie Crooks is my daily dog.
Yeah.
Daily
Dogs out.
But yes, if you get a chance, go watch it. I'm telling you,
I'll keep an eye out
this is
for
in
her.
20 minutes, so one half of a game.
Jesus. That's so wild.
That's like Jokic-esque,
Yeah.
where it's like third quarter and he's got like a triple-double,
Triple-double
not
already.
since Wilt. You know what I mean?
I know. We really need to make a stat, because
I'm gonna make a T-shirt.
He passed him the other night for one. I can't remember it. It was too late and late in the night where it didn't retain. But I was thinking, I was like coming up with this like fun little like theme song for it, like do like an old sitcom kind of like the Wayne's Brothers, like
Not since Wilt.
like Jokic and Wilt or something like that. It's like he just continues to pass him. Another triple double last night.
Oh man, I do want to make a Fringe Fanatics branded shirt that says "Not since Wilt" with Jokic like throwing the hands up, like whatever.
It'd be easy to do, man. That'd be cool. I'm down.
So yes, that is our daily dogs of
That's
the
a
week.
good way to lead us into basketball. And
Yeah,
maybe
let's
we
do
have
it.
the music break.
You want to hit the music break right now?
I said maybe let's do basketball and then we'll hit
Okay, basketball.
get the two big sports out of the way.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it right now.
Magic, right side to Scott. Slam dunk. 4 seconds. 3 seconds left. Why they not fouling? Jumper Murray. He's on fire. Denver bounce.
Pump fake for two. Kobe's got the Laker record. 81-point game. Ladies and gentlemen, you have witnessed the second greatest scoring performance in NBA history.
T, come on. I'm burning. My lungs are burning.
All right.
Let's do it. Well, it came out today that, LeBron might not be playing basketball by then, but he's for sure out of the 28 Olympics, and Steph Curry is more than likely out for the 28 Olympics for Team USA.
This was pretty expected, but
I
they do
know.
make the final call, so I'm glad that, the guys that leading it will be guys like Anthony Edwards, Austin Reeves, probably. It's going to be interesting. I'm really excited to see I don't think we covered it, but they did announce that the All-Star game will be changing to USA versus the world.
We did. I think we did talk about. I don't know. It was before I think they announced it, but we did talk about it. But that's going to be fun.
I think I almost feel bad for the US, man.
They're going to get smoked.
just come
They're
on,
gonna get
man.
smoked.
Giannis, Luka, Shea,
Yeah.
Jokic,
That- Jamal, or Sengun,
Wimby, who's out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll get into that. But
Yep.
yeah, we'll see. It's kind of the end of the LeBron era with the Olympics, and it was going to happen sooner or later. The dude's 40 years old.
Yeah.
It's still crazy that he's getting ready to play again. I did hear a rumor about why he was sitting out is because they started testing for HGH. But I don't know.
That's good. Yeah, that's
don't
what I've
know.
talked about before, where Huberman's really been vocal that he is one of the known users for it because for some reason he's able to not get tested like in the Olympics, and for some reason the NBA has not really enforced it with him.
Yeah, we'll see.
But there's another thing about him that's I think hopefully gonna be the damning nail in the coffin, but we'll see. But the second,
are you talking about some
gambling stuff? Yeah.
Well, they've said nothing's been. It's just people involved with him, but that's also like, well, that work.
Yeah. I mean, why would they, have two of his associates confiscate their phones and get all of their emails? With two very close people to him.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Yep.
So we shall see. But let's move into the second story as Mr. Paul George is finally returning. And he's been out for a while, but I do think they are going to greatly need him over there in Clipperland because... Oh, I'm sorry, 76ers. Nobody knows what's going on with Embiid, and they just need some stuff to get them back into the swing of things, even though we here don't really care what happens with them. So...
speaking of the Clippers, though, what's really shitty, and that's why, I think I've got such a disdain for Paul George now, and especially Steve Ballmer, is they are the reason the Thunder are so good. What they gave to the Thunder was just the whole farm, and what's scary now is because the Clippers are about 4-8. There's a chance if they continue on this pace, the Thunder could have a lottery pick.
Ooh, and that would be scary.
That would not be good. We don't need that.
Because the Thunder are just annihilating people.
14-1 right now.
And Jalen Williams isn't even playing right now, so it's just like, well, screw us all, I guess.
Sucks, man. But in other news, Wemby and John Morant are out 2 weeks. Wemby's got a calf strain.
Wemby.
It's a calf strain.
Yeah, it is a calf strain. They're gonna reevaluate him. It sounds like it could be 3 weeks. But that one's a big blow for the Spurs because this West is going to get away from you here in the next couple weeks if you're not, on top of your game.
Nuggets play him in 4 games, so I'm kind of glad that we don't have to play Wemby.
It is kind of one of those things, though. You said it last week. You were kind of bummed that you weren't going to be facing the Broncos at full strength.
Yep.
It does make for better.
With basketball, I feel a little different because it's like, in the playoffs, I want everybody at the full strength. During the season, let's chalk up some wins.
Yeah.
They're out. Okay.
Well, and that's the thing, man, with OKC right now. It's just like, I mean, that game last night could kill you because that could be one game that's between you and first place or second place.
That's why it's like at first it was, all right, we got the depth to replace Christian Brown because we didn't even, I guess we haven't mentioned it because it came out last week. Christian Brown's going to be out for at least 6 weeks. Really bummer because I didn't think this ankle sprain looked that bad. I was really shocked.
Where he was grabbing made me feel like it was a high ankle sprain, and it's just, dude, those... You never.
Oh, yeah, they're nagging, but you just...
Chris Dempsey was on 92.5 earlier. He's saying he would not be surprised if we don't see Christian Brown until next year, a.k.a.
What?
January.
Oh, next year. I thought you meant
it's
like
a very
next
weird
season.
thing to say because the league year splits a year. But next year, yes.
It's like, hey, I'll see you next year.
He's
On
dead.
New Year's Eve. It's
He's
like,
dead. Yes.
yeah,
I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, that's expected,
dick, dude.
I get it, because it's like I wouldn't be mad about that. But last night proved where it's like when he's in there, we needed that bench because we were outscored 66-9.
Yeah,
by the bench points,
which is terrible. Yeah, I mean that's something you definitely don't want. You could see just where Christian Brown just flies around all the time, and his ability to guard perimeter shooters and just roll off and just do a bunch of different things. We were missing that greatly,
and that's the Bulls coming off a double overtime win against the Jazz the night before too.
The sad part is that it should have been a scheduled loss for the Bulls. But that's the thing you're going to get, though, is these teams like the Bulls are going to be like, let's just show up, and they're not going to think we're going to show up.
Josh Giddey's a scrapper, dude. I got a lot of respect for him.
He likes him young, but he's a scrapper.
That was not proven. I don't know why you throw That's a really edgy accusation to throw out somebody where
where there's smoke, there's fire is all I got to say. Wow. Anyways, let's move on to Wemby, which we kind of talked about a little bit. Wemby and Morant out several weeks. Wemby with the calf strain. I think Morant's also a calf strain. I don't really think Morant's hurt. I think he just hates playing for the Grizzlies.
Oh, that's definitely
after this offseason when they were basically going to trade him away, where they're like, everybody's available, and now they're like, oh no, we love you, man, to stay here and keep pulling guns out and stuff, do what you do.
Yep.
But
he already got suspended, I think, at least one game for team
conduct detrimental to the team. Yes.
Yep.
So yeah,
he's getting traded.
Yeah, we'll see where he ends up. I'm sure it's probably going to be somewhere where he's just going to fall off and end up not doing good, even though he could have been
the Wizards.
There's a lot of people in his first year, second year, like this is the next Michael Jordan, and then that just died. So, but let's move into this. What else do we got? Is that it?
We already talked about LeBron being questionable with sciatica.
Yeah,
he's been out since the start of the season.
Is new.
Yeah, the news came out today. I added it just when I was working out that Giannis is out for 1 to 2 weeks with a groin strain.
Yes,
gotta do those Kegels, man.
Yeah, you gotta get the Kegels going. But you'll notice here, I did not change that before the show. So that headline is wrong, unfortunately. Chad doesn't know what I'm talking about, but let's get into the standings real quick because we need to.
Yep. Want to hit the top four?
Yeah, let's just do the top four here real quick.
All right, I'll take the East. You got the Detroit Pistons, who have won 10 in a row. Cade Cunningham's got them playing awesome. And I think you might have taken that out. But
I did. He just got a big shoe deal.
Yeah, just got a shoe deal. And Steph broke off with Under Armour and will now be signing with Nike since Nico Harrison is no longer involved with Nike.
Yeah, and now I think that makes like 9 players that have signature shoe deals with Nike, because that was the big thing about Cade's deal, was that he was going to get a signature shoe deal.
Yeah. Then number 2, the Cleveland Cavaliers. They've been climbing 7-3 in their last 10. They are 10-5. And then the Raptors at 9-5. You just look like the difference between the East and the West is already so evident. Yeah, like I said, number 3 is the Raptors at 9-5, and then number 4 is the Hawks at 9-5. So, a little bit of a mediocrity there, right there, but then you go down to the West, hit it, Chris, and it's a gauntlet.
It is a gauntlet, my friend, as Oklahoma City just continues winning. They are 14-1, and they are 9-1 in their last 10 games. Moving on to second place, the Denver Nuggets, 10-3. They are 8-2 in their last 10 games.
Beating team by double digits.
Yes, that is true. They are dominating when they can, but the close games, they should have won.
Yeah.
They technically should be undefeated right now, but what are you going to do? The Houston Rockets, who we talked about prior to the season starting, are going to be an insanely good team. Alperen Sengun, and then you've got KD there. They are a tough young team with now some veteran leadership that I think are going to be a tough outcome the playoffs. But the Houston Rockets 9-3, 9-1 in their last 10, and then number 4, surprisingly, without LeBron, but they got Luka. 10-4, the Los Angeles Lakers 8-2 as well in their last 10 games.
They look like the 1960s Lakers with Jerry West.
Yeah, I mean, you look
white guys out there.
Yeah, you look at the top 4 teams though, 9-1 in their last 10, 8-2, 9-1, 8-2. Everybody is winning and winning in bunches.
You don't get down to a 9-5 team till you get to the 6th seed, as opposed to the East, where that's the 3 seed. It's different.
It is different, but that is going to wrap it up for the NBA. Let's get into the music break this month. We are featuring the Southern River Band. They are one of my favorite bands. I really like them. They are from Australia, much like the Shepmates. So check out Shepmates. Check out the Southern River Band, as they both hail from down under. And you're about to hear Southern River Band right now.
Different way
All right, that was the Southern River Band. Name of that song was Don't Take It to Heart, off of their new album, Easier Said Than Done. Make sure to go and check that out on all things streaming. They are a super rad rock and roll band. Like I said, hailing from down under, and both of their new albums are really good. So go check them out. You can find them anywhere streaming. Make sure to go give them a like and a follow. But let's get into the NHL. We haven't done that in a little while.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
It's been a little bit. Unfortunately, I still need to update the soundbite, so it's going to be the one that Chad doesn't like.
I don't like it. It's pretty long.
Flyers penalty on number 8.
It's
Dave
long,
Schultz.
it drags.
2
So I'm
minutes
gonna
for
change
hooking,
that.
2 minutes for roughing,
There we go.
5 minutes for fighting, and a 10-minute misconduct.
I'm just going to go through the first part here.
Baby, how long will you keep me in the penalty box? Baby, I'm long, but it's lonely in the penalty box.
All right.
Nice.
Yes, cut it. I need to do a little bit of a fade out there so it's not so abrupt. But let's get into the first story as Adrian Kempe signs what could be one of the last 8-year deals allowed in the NHL with the new collective bargaining agreement, as next year you will no longer be allowed to sign 8-year deals. So Adrian Kempe, 8 years, $85 million contract with the Kings. He is a winger, and it is worth $10.625 million annually. This came out yesterday. The contract runs through 2034 season. He is a native of Sweden. He has played his entire 10-year career with the Kings after being drafted in 2014. He has been the leading scorer in each of the past 2 seasons, has 6 goals and 19 points through 19 games this season. He was going to be one of the biggest free agents remaining come for the summer of 2026, but he is now signed with the Kings, and they are moving on up and moving out. But into the next story, unfortunately for this one, the Devils will be without Jack Hughes, who was the standout number 1 overall pick last year. And this one, unfortunately, didn't even happen on the ice. It happened at a team dinner, which it's one of those freak accidents. I'm trying to see what exactly happened, but he was off to a terrific start this year. 12-4-1 are the Devils, but the injury is creating definitely a little bit of a predicament because he was supposed to be one of the big team members heading into the Olympics in Milan in 2026. But he should be back in 8 weeks. It sounds like he cut his hand on like a glass. I don't know.
That's
Is that a
weird.
team dinner? And unfortunately for him, he's going to miss 2 months. That's a big deal. And with the men's hockey tournament beginning in February 11th for the Olympics, it could put him in question as to whether or not he's going to be healthy enough to take time away from the team to go and do that. So that is all the news in the NHL right now. We are going to touch on the standings. I will take the East, and I will let Chad take the West. In the East, the Atlantic Division, we have the Boston Bruins leading with 21 games played, 12 wins, 9 losses, 24 points. In the Metropolitan League, we have the New Jersey Devils, 18 games played, 13 wins, 4 losses, 1 overtime loss, and 27 points. Chad, take us into the West.
I'm happy to. You got the Colorado Avalanche at 13-1, and yeah, they're doing pretty damn good. They got 5 ties, right?
Well, they got 5 overtime losses, so
Yeah.
that's and then 31 points. They are leading the NHL right now. The next closest team is going to be the Devils, Hurricanes, and the Dallas Stars with 27.
Yeah,
So they got 4
they're
points.
got a plus 31 differential too. They're playing really good right now.
They are. It's been fun to watch. I was going to bring this up earlier, but until last night, since September, I believe the Avs, the Broncos, and the Nuggets were 21-0 in regular. Oh well,
21-0 and 2, I think, since the
Well,
Avs
you don't
tied.
count the ties because
Right.
it's technically a point.
Yep.
So we haven't lost in regular time in 22 games. Well, 21. But yeah, the Avalanche have been dominating. They are looking like one of the best teams in the league, and the depth is insane. But they've still got the Dallas Stars behind them, and the Dallas Stars have been a little bit of their Goliath, if you will, to
definitely.
the David. So
Yeah.
other surprising news, though. Oh, you didn't get to the Pacific. Hit the
No,
Pacific.
look at this. The Anaheim Ducks, who's been the laughing stock of the NHL the past like 5 or 6 years, probably. 12-6.
Yeah.
They got 25 points. They got one. They've got a plus 10 differential, so they're barely kind of winning, but all you got to do is win.
That's true. And I think the most surprising thing in the Pacific is the fact that the Vegas Golden Knights are not in the top 3.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the
The
average
Oilers,
is...
the Oilers is the really surprising one, man. When the Avs put up 9 goals on the Oilers, yeah, Connor McDavid had a lot to say to his locker room afterwards. He was pissed.
Oh, I'm sure. But yeah, the Pacific is going to be one of those ones where at this point, I didn't think about it last year being like this, but with the Ducks being the way they are, the Kings making moves, the Kraken seem to be kind of on the up and up again, and the Knights and the Oilers, those top 5 positions by the end of the year, I mean, we could be talking a game or two between all of them and easily just constant shifting in the Pacific. So
Yeah.
it should be a fun rest of the season in the NHL. But let's get into the preview of the big race this weekend. I thought it was last week. Did we say it was
I
last
totally
weekend?
did too, man.
We
I was
did.
like checking on Saturday, and I was like, wow, because I didn't
So
see
did
any
I. I
news
was
about
like-
qualifying. I'm like, what am I? I
It's
totally
okay.
messed it
It's
up.
okay.
Yep.
It happens to the best of us.
Yep, but
But,
I was just
it's-
excited for it.
You were, and you've got more time to be excited about it because here we go. Yes. One of the bigger races of the year. I mean, there's a lot of them, but this is the biggest race on U.S. soil. We put a lot into it. A lot of people complain about it. They say it's not fun to watch, but at least when you're there. On TV, it's great to watch because you're watching F1 cars rip down the strip in the middle of the night, basically.
Yep.
And it's going to be fun because we've got basically a 3-way race for the Drivers' Championship right now.
Yeah, it's pretty much 2 at this point. It would take
Don't count him out.
a lot of miracle. Believe me, I want Max to win, but he is, let's see, 59 points.
It's 49.
49, excuse me.
49,
yeah,
yeah.
49 points behind Lando Norris. And then he is 15 points behind Piastri, but Piastri still kind of has a chance to catch Norris. But we'll see how things shake up. I mean, Lando Norris was at the Raiders game last night.
I did see that, yeah, and they shouted him out.
They did, yeah. Troy even sounded him out. It's pretty nuts.
But, did you see this? Piastri came out and said McLaren's orders played a role in the Baku crashes. I don't know exactly what that means, but this was in the Italian Grand Prix. This came out just the other day. But at Monza in September, then championship leader Piastri was told to give second place back to teammate Lando Norris after gaining position following a mix-up in their pit stops. At the time, Piastri said the call was fair and that he and McLaren had aligned on the decision. But now he has conceded that the Monza calls have affected him.
Wow. Yeah, he's got to be pissed, man. I mean, he was dominating there early in the season. He had won like 4 races in a row.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting
That'd
offseason.
be
I think
heated.
we're going to see some changing of the guards in terms of drivers. I think we're going to see a little bit of musical chairs, if you will.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, if a driver switches teams, it would be announced by now. But I would imagine he's not happy. Maybe there's in the offseason he might force his way
That's
out.
the weird thing about F1. I feel like these driver changes happen in the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
And then they're like, it's going to happen next season. And
It's
like,
weird, yeah, like Lewis.
Yeah, it's like Lewis has to race an entire year while you hate him for going to Ferrari.
Yeah.
And then you have to act like we're all in this together.
I know.
Like, it's so weird.
And then the whole George and Lewis thing, it's like, oh, then
Yeah.
you favor, it's strange. but-
Yeah, it is strange. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out. It's going to be very interesting to see how, even if Max is out, just the McLaren back and forth.
Yeah.
And what's going to happen going down the line, especially if there's calls in Lando's favor again and Piastri's, at the I guess the negative effects of those decisions, I could see there being a very big wedge being driven in there right now.
I think so too. I think this race finishes Piastri, Norris, Max. I think
it's like they're just going to do that to add to the suspense.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
That'd be funny if we hear let Piastri pass.
Yeah, we'll never hear that from Zach Brown.
Nah,
know how to utter those words. But yeah, we do have this race. It will be Saturday at 9 p.m.
9 p.m.
Yep, and then there's 2 races left: Qatar and Abu Dhabi. After that.
Yes, and those ones are really good races. The end of the year is great because it's just we're getting down to the wire. But tune in. It is at 11 o'clock our time, Mountain Standard Time, right?
Yep.
So
9 p.m.
Damn it! I did it again. I did that last week too.
Yep.
Son of a 9 p.m. our time, 11 if you're on the East Coast, 7 if you're on the West Coast. Make sure to tune in. It's going to be a fun one. Let's get into the UFC.
Let's get it on!
Let's get it on!
Yeah, UFC 3... what was this? 322? Yeah, 322 happened at Madison Square Gardens. And, yeah, Islam Makhachev dominated Jack Della Maddalena to become a double champ. He goes up to 170. They were talking about a lot during the fight. The commentators were how Islam used to have to kill himself basically to get down to 155. He's a huge guy, and he clearly is a natural 170er. And he said it after the fight. He said, "My life has changed." It was almost just like a guy had an epiphany. Like this is what I was supposed to be doing this whole time.
Yeah.
He had already won a title at 155, and the only person to really ever give him any trouble was Volkanovski, a guy that was moving up in weight class as well. But you look at, man, I wonder if I saved this. Let me see. Continue just real quick.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of, somebody who was also killing themselves just to fight at the weight he was trying to, would be Alex Pereira, who a lot of people thought going down to light heavyweight was just too much for him. And now with him talking about moving up and just quitting cutting the weight, which you see what some of these UFC fighters do just to get weight, and it's borderline killing yourself just to lose 10, 12 pounds, some of which are day of when you go weigh and you're 10 pounds over and they're like, you've got an hour, and you're like, well, I guess I'm going to go die.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, it was just rough, and you could tell that he was able to perform a lot better. He wasn't gassed because of that weight cut. It can really kill you, even if the fight is a day after you weigh in. But yeah, I mean, it was just a lot of people, maybe casual fans, could maybe think like this was a boring fight. But for other ground control or grapplers, there can be some boring ones. Like Merab, I never really find his fights entertaining. Bilal Muhammad is the same way. They'll get you on the ground and then they don't do anything. They just lay on top of you like a turtle or something. But Islam will ground and pound to you, and he really shoots for the submission because there's a lot of them where Habib was just shouting at him, smash him, because that's what Habib used to do, was really just smash, like really just elbows and fists and hammer fists. But Islam loves the Darce choke. He constantly went for it, and you could tell Jack's team really was like apparent, like, okay, they were coached for it. Anytime you get in this move, just kind of push that arm up. Do not let him get that Darce choke because he's so strong. Yeah, they do these grip strength tests with these fighters, just in press numbers, and Islam is just off the charts.
Yeah,
it's insane. But I pulled up this. I saw it on Twitter right after the fight because Ilia Topuria, this is the guy that he really wants to fight Islam Makhachev, but he is the lightweight champion. He is really good, but if you look at the guys that he's beat compared to Islam, you got to understand and that is the guy that Islam today surpassed for the pound for pound rankings. And Ilia Topuria best wins Oliveira, who was on a 1-fight winning streak. Max Holloway, who was on a 3-fight winning streak. Volkanovski, who was on a 1-fight losing streak. Then Islam. JDM, an 18-fight winning streak. Volkanovski, a 22-fight winning streak. And then Oliveira, an 11-fight winning streak. So it's just, Islam, nobody can stop him. And I loved what he had to say after the fight. You know, Rogan was like, you know, was that your kind of game plan to go in there and take him down? He's like, everybody knows my game plan. It's no secret, but nobody can stop it.
Yeah.
You know, I love watching these guys, these grapplers. You know, I've just always had a lot of respect for wrestling and that Sambo style out of Dagestan, because these are guys, like we've talked about before, they're Muslims who they don't party, they don't drink, they live with their family and they appreciate their friends and family and they train, and that's it.
Did you see it was Makachev and one of the other guys, they were giving who's the main dude?
Like his trainer?
It's the other big UFC fighter. Shit, we've been talking about all their names and now I'm like all flustered.
Alex Pereira?
No, it's one of the other Dagestani dudes who's like the main Dagestani dude.
Well, there's Habib.
Habib, yeah.
Yeah.
They were all three backstage and they were talking and they were giving Habib shit because he was reading a book about Italian mafia people. And they're like, what, you want to be a mafioso? Like, you want to be one of those people? And they're like going off on each other. Like, how dare you read something about somebody else's culture? Like, they're like all about like, it's us and nobody else.
Yeah.
It's fuck the world, basically. Yep. And it was just funny to see them both like, I mean, Habib's like the main dude, and they're sitting there like, how are you reading that shit? Like, that's bullshit. Like,
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I mean, their dedication. That's why nobody can touch him, man. I mean, you know, you think about, you know, Jack Della Maddalena is from Australia. They're known for drinking beer. I'm not saying that's what Jack does a lot, but like, I'm sure he's not like going to shy
what was
away
his
from
name?
it.
The Shoeys.
Yeah,
heavyweight.
Tuivasa.
Yeah, Tuivasa.
Yeah, it's just, dude, that's all they do is eat, sleep, and train. That's just it. And I mean, there was a funny photo where Karl Anthony Towns took a picture with Islam, and Habib's like, "Why are you hanging out with that dude? He's not going to help you with your training." Like, that's hilarious, dude. I love it.
Dude, they don't mess around. That was funny. I'm like, dude, you're giving like your boss like hardcore shit on a book he's reading.
Yeah,
like,
it's great. It's funny, man. And I remember I was living in 5 Points in like kind of the Rhino area, and I would walk over to Brothers Bar, and that's when I first saw Habib fight Edson Barboza, and it was just a complete mauling. I just became an instant fan, and obviously still a fan of Islam. So happy for him. He's the double champ. Now the 11th fighter to become double champs. There's only a few that's been simultaneous.
You almost had that. Was pretty damn good.
That is a tough word. But in the co-main event, this was an exciting one too. We can move on from this because there's all these fights we could spend 5 minutes on. But Valentina Shevchenko absolutely dominated Zhang Weili. Both these fights finished 50-45. Nobody even won one round. All three judges in each fight was 45-50. I mean, it was unanimous in each one of them. And Zhang Weili, the commentators really made an observation during this fight how much bigger Valentina was, because this is another fight where a fighter was going from a smaller weight class and going up to Valentina's natural weight class, and you could just see how much bigger Valentina was, and she just did whatever she wanted to.
Yeah,
Zhang Weili.
Yeah, that's the thing about those people with like those natural body sizes that are bigger that fight at that weight class. Like they just hold the weight differently.
Yeah.
Like they're fast and you're slow.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Zhang Weili, Dana said in the press conference, and you could tell by how stocky and strong she is. He was like, she's a little pit bull, and she is, but she is little. She's so much shorter than Valentina.
Yeah,
I mean, I just have so much respect for Valentina. She's now got 9 title defenses. She's really getting up there as far as like the GOAT talk. And I really loved what she had to say in her post-fight conference, where she isn't anywhere close to retiring. She said, "This is who I am. The MMA is my life." And I love it. Dude, UFC Countdown, I watched it every week. And that's what I love about the UFC. They don't shy away from like, how the NFL is like, we're going to try to cater to everybody, even though 90% of their fans are guys.
Yeah.
The UFC knows their fans are guys, and on the UFC Countdown, she's a big marksman, like shooting guns and stuff. And it almost looks like an accident where like, but it's on purpose. This cameraman just like has it on her ass for like 20 seconds straight. And you're starting to think like, what is this a mistake?
I fall asleep?
And then you're like, wow, they just left this in. It's just hilarious, man. So it's great. She's beautiful. She's a killer and a complete assassin. And yeah, it's really interesting because Amanda Nunes had a statement where she said that after she beats Kayla Harrison at the White House, she's going to go back down to 125 and steal her title. So that would be an absolute super fight.
Yeah, that would be. And when would that be, though? That's the question.
Well, it's the White House fight is next July.
Oh, July. Shit.
Yep.
Oh, it's supposed to be July 4th, isn't it? Or like right around there?
It's right around there. It's on Trump's birthday. So I don't know that day, but it's around July. Yep.
Yes. Anyways, let's get into the time of the show, the end of the show, every week, where the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. John Daly, grips it, rips it, and hits it hard, man.
I hit it hard, man. So far, man. No laying up, no holding back.
Ain't afraid of nothing, it's a natural fact.
I hit it long, man. Till it's gone, man. Keep taking chances, living large. I hit it hard.
Man, this is another unfortunate story, but it's somebody who I think should be probably held to hero standard in sense of what he did while he was alive. John Beam was unfortunately a victim of a high school shooting this last week at an Oakland school where he was the athletic director. You might remember John Beam. He was on Last Chance U, a big show on Netflix showing these high school kids trying to make it into college. Most of them, which were from, low income areas, trying to make it. This is kind of their way out. And John Beam was one of those guys who everybody who talked about him was like, the guy was like a dad to me. He went above and beyond for me. Sadly enough, it was Wednesday, or no, was it yesterday when he died? Or Friday?
No, it was last Friday.
It was Friday. Yeah. I was listening to the radio on 92.5. They had C.J. Anderson on, former Bronco Super Bowl 50 champion. He's from Oakland.
Oh, wow.
And he was one of his coaches. And he was like, man, me and a bunch of guys just left that last night. We went and saw him.
Wow.
We were all there. And in the middle of that call, they got word on 92.5 that he died.
Damn.
And they're like,
That's
super hard. Like, and CJ was just talking about, like, what was going to happen when he came through and everything. And it's a big bummer. There's a lot of people, mentors, coaches, whatever it is growing up. There's a lot of people who don't really need to be in your life or don't really have to be in your life, but choose to be. And I feel like John Beam was one of those guys who went above and beyond for everybody around him and his community and his family, his friends, people he didn't even know. And Chad brought this video, which I saw, but it was a great pull.
Well,
for
it's
you.
really cool, too, because, they were playing the Vikings this week, and he had an interception. And I was watching it live on Red Zone, and he immediately took a knee. And instead of celebrating like any other player normally would, he broke down. And then he was asked about it afterwards in the locker room. And you could clearly see that, after the interception, that's immediately what he thought about.
Was he down, or did he take a knee to go down?
No, he went into the end zone. He caught the ball in the end zone, and then just immediately, kind of outside the end zone, took a knee, and everybody's around him, cheering, and you could just see him breaking down.
Yeah. So Chad's talking about Nashawn Wright, who is Chicago Bears cornerback or safety. I'm not entirely sure.
Defensive back.
But regardless, he made a huge play and dedicates it to John Beam, who we were just talking about. So let's get into this right now. 1 second. All right, here we go.
He meant the world to me. When my dad was killed, he came to my house and got me out the bed, and someone I can confide in, someone that I love dearly. Beam stepped in as a father figure, a father role. He did a lot for me and my brother, my family. He's been there every step of the way, and it won't stop. I gained the angel. He meant the world to me.
Starting over. But yeah, I mean, that's the kind of guy that he was. I mean, it's like he said, my dad was killed, and he was the one that showed up in my room to be like, yo, we've got a yeah. And there's a lot of coaches and stuff like that. Like I said, people, mentors, whoever, that don't need to be a part of your life but are, and they should be recognized as heroes as such, because they're the type of heroes. I mean, you look at what John Beam did for this guy. This guy's in the NFL now. Maybe if it wasn't for him, he never would have made it. Maybe if John Beam didn't walk into his room that day, he didn't play football again.
That's
you know,
seriously true, man.
So
it's really a sad story to see him go, but I thought this was a really cool story for this guy to honor him.
Yeah, definitely. So hats off to Nashawn Wright. Hats off to John Beam.
Yes.
One of the, a true hero for anybody and everybody around him. So on that note, hats off to you, Mr. John Beam. Unfortunate story, but it's one of those unfortunate things where you get to see all the good somebody did after the fact. So
yeah, and I didn't even realize that, that's who my daily dose was too, was a high school coach. And it's like, these guys have such an impact, dude. If I didn't play football, and like I sucked, I never really played much, but like I am always so grateful for the time that I spent 4 years on football because of the discipline. I probably wouldn't show up to work. I probably wouldn't have the position I had if it wasn't for that.
Well, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, team sports in general, working in kitchens, working on construction, working in a warehouse. It's all team stuff. And I think a lot of people nowadays, as dumb as it is, people are like, team sports, blah, blah, blah. But there is something to learn about doing something for the greater good and not just for yourself. And I think it goes a long ways, especially nowadays where everything's so, look at me, social media, blah, blah, blah. Like everything's me. And it's like, that's the one thing about team sports is it teaches you the all for
even
one,
if it's
one
wrestling,
for all type of thing.
And then which kind of is a team sport because they can win as a team as well. But it's like just being in sports, like that's what's great is like, and if it's like cheerleading for girls or whatever like that, like just having the discipline
dance, whatever,
to show up. Yeah, my sister did that. Just have to show up, to train, to go through there. I mean, dude, there's so many times the summer conditioning was grueling. I mean, it's summertime. I mean, these kids these days, everybody wants to be famous on TikTok.
TikTok dances,
but that's to have the discipline to go out there and show up on practice and just perform and just be there because it's not just about that. You got to have good grades too, and that's tough.
Yeah. I mean, it teaches you a lot of stuff, just life lessons. So don't knock it. Get your kids involved in some sports. Teach them some good life lessons.
Yep.
And hats off to John Beam. Totally sad story, but let's revel in the fact that it makes us realize all those heroes around us that maybe aren't necessarily heroes, but really are. Go ahead and honor them before it's too late. I think that's the big thing.
When
your
coach wants you to run that extra lap or get there early or something like that, I know it may suck, but just he's got his heart in the right spot.
Yes, sir. But on that note, let's get out of here. Episode 156 in the books. It was a fun one. We will be having guests back next week. It's happening. We're going to tag teamer this week. But we greatly appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and follow us on all things social media. Be a friend. Tell a friend. We love you all. Chadley, I love you, buddy.
Love you, buddy.
Always
Come back next week.
Always and forever. Each moment with you.